Subway is being accused of selling not tuna in its tuna sandwich.
Huh.
Every so often there'll be a Subway story like this. I can't remember the last one. It was that their bread was not bread.
It was cake.
It was cake, considered a dessert because of the sugar content. And then prior to that, they were sued because their footlong wasn't quite a foot.
Yes. Yeah.
It was a little under a foot.
Yeah.
Anyway, the latest allegation is that their tuna is not tuna, but a mixture of various concoctions. This is a recent lawsuit. Now, it's a bit of a letdown, this article, because they don't really tell you what their claim is. They only say, like, here's the quote. Okay, so according to the way Subway describes it, their tuna sandwich is a freshly baked bread layered with flaked tuna blended with creamy mayo, then topped with your choice of crisp, fresh veggies. Now, the complaint says that's fiction, and it alleges that the ingredient billed as tuna for the chain sandwiches and wraps contains absolutely no tuna.
What is this?
Well, that's the person writing the article is having a little bit of fun there with their description. A representative of Subway said the claims are without merit, and they say their tuna is the real deal. And they say it's wild caught. But according to the lawsuit, the star ingredient is made from anything but tuna, based on independent lab tests of multiple samples taken from Subway locations in California. The tuna, quotations, is a mixture of various concoctions that do not constitute tuna, yet have been blended together by defendants to imitate the appearance of tuna. But they declined to say exactly what the ingredients the lab tests revealed.
So is there any tuna in there?
We found that the ingredients were not tuna and not fish.
At all. What is it? Is it styrofoam?
I don't know.
Concoction, though.
I thought maybe chicken. Good. Right? If you had like finely shredded chicken, if they found that they were using that because it was cheaper than but I can't imagine Subway doing that at scale.
Yeah.
Maybe could there be a handful of stores where those owners had substituted it out? I'm confused, man. I find it really hard to believe that there's no tuna in the tuna.
Yeah. If tuna was the second ingredient, then that might make sense.
Third ingredient, fifth ingredient, some tuna, some blend, other fish, like you said. Yeah. And then a little bit, okay, fine. Anyway, the lawsuit says no chance. They claim to have the studies to prove it, but I would imagine Subway has a case here, and for a global brand of that scale, can you imagine the size of this conspiracy if it turns out that the tuna sandwich has no tuna, if that's actually true?
Yeah. Have you ever ordered one?
Yes.
Does it taste like tuna?
It's been a while since I tried it, but I mean, there are for sure other ingredients. It's very creamy, and obviously it's not purely tuna.
Yeah.
So when I read the headline, I was like, okay, there's some other things in there. But then you see the allegation, you're like, what? None? And you start to get a bit apprehensive about ordering such a thing. But we'll see what transpires. I'm sure, it's a lawsuit. We'll probably hear more about it at some point. But it seems like Subway is a fairly frequent target for this kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I don't know if this time it has merit or not. Mm-hmm. In the case of the sugary bread, they definitely sell a sweet bread.
Yes.
And in the case of the foot-long sub, which was a previous one, yeah, it's probably a little under a foot.
Some are bigger, some are smaller.
Yeah, it's a bun at the end of the day. But this one is a whole different level of allegation.
Sure. Yes.
I don't know about you, but I'm going to go short the Subway stock right now.
Okay.
Oh, my God! Ah! I apologize, ladies and gentlemen. This is the loudest episode in the history of Lou Later. Willie Doo has lost significant hearing, and he will likely never recover.